That's cool. Yeah, this is way flashier than the original. You can fly? Whoa, look at all the people. Even though it's not a gacha game, I still want to take a look at some of this Blue Protocol stuff. But yeah, I want to do another one of these. I might, you know, churn this into a video as well, me reacting to some Blue Protocol information, because the last video did pretty well. I'll try to keep, you know, doing stuff like that, but I'm not gonna, it's gonna be very infrequent. Really, you know, I can only make those videos whenever I have enough information to react to and talk about. What do I start off with? I think I'm gonna start off with, they don't have they do have an official YouTube channel, but they're not using it. Maybe because it's not the Star Resonance one, it's the original one. Blue Protocol, by the way, is an anime MMO that failed miserably. That was supposed to come out a couple of years ago, and then it came out last year in Japan, and that failed to, you know, get any traction. It's shutting down by January, unfortunately. And for the rest of the globe, you know, people like me were really super interested, you know, anticipating this game. And it was a very sad day when they announced that they were going to shut the game down. Thankfully, Tencent, or some company that's owned by Tencent, is picking up Blue Protocol and doing their own version of their own Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn, if you will. It's already going through testing. They're reworking the gameplay and some other elements of the game. And the best part is, this is likely not going to be published by Amazon Games. It was already buried, you know, into its grave, and Amazon was just gonna probably send the game towards the core of the earth. This right here is an official trailer from Blue Protocol Star Resonance, which is not on YouTube yet. So someone, I guess this Chan person, this Chan YouTube channel, decided to upload the video themselves. Thank you, Chan. And I've been dreaming about, you know, playing an anime MMO, a decent one. I have never, you know, really enjoyed any anime MMOs back in, you know, the 2000s and 2010s. I was not satisfied with them. And judging on what I saw for this game, you know, I thought it was pretty decent. So they kept the character customization, it looks like. I'm not sure about the significant differences in the character creator. I don't think they're going to show more body types. I would like to see more body types in the character creator. The aesthetic hasn't really changed. It's pretty much the same, I think. Ooh. I'm loving the boss design. Seems a little more creative than some of the stuff I saw from the original. Ooh, all right. Combat animations seem flashier. I saw this in a clip before. I really like the idea of the... I'm assuming that's the tank character. The tank is protecting the party members, like by positioning themselves in front of them. That's cool. You see a lot of players gathering around the boss. I'm assuming those are ultimate animations, like gacha game style. Very flashy. That's badass. Yeah, this is way flashier than the original. You can fly? You can fly and glide. I did not expect that. Was that in the original? New mounts, I take it? Fishing? I don't need to see fishing. I'm not fishing. Fishing in every game is boring. Oh, there are underwater zones. Oh. Okay. And this is everybody, you know, I'm assuming these are players gathering together to take a picture. Reminds me of G-Pose from Final Fantasy XIV. I wonder if it'll have, you know, similar functionality. G-Pose is a photo-taking tool. Wait, what was that? Bro, if that's an emote, I need it. I love that. Whoa, look at all the people. This is a really... What the hell is that ending? That's so abrupt. Aside from that weird abrupt ending, this is a really good trailer. Look at that. This could be, you know, false advertising. Maybe in the real game you won't be able to have that many people, but I'm just, you know, choosing to give them the benefit of the doubt. It's nice that they're showing this off. People were really worried when they heard that the game was going to come out for mobile. Who ever heard of a mobile MMO that, you know, had this many people on screen? Correct me if I'm wrong. Clearly you see tons and tons of players hanging out in the square. They're all goofing off, emoting, whatever. This is what I love about, you know, MMOs. Just people being in the moment and being, you know, together with others and just socially interacting with each other. You know, being able to sit down in a freaking club that we saw earlier somewhere when they were sitting down in a chair. And the emotes, you know, the people dancing around, twirling around like this. I'm looking forward to all that. I know that's not like combat, that's not gameplay, but, you know, that's just fun stuff to do in an MMO, and only MMOs can pull that off, I feel. The run animation is a little bit faster than the speed of your movement. Is it? Right here? Oh, yeah! Okay. Man, why you gotta point that out? That does look kind of goofy. It's not too bad. That's something I can ignore, I think. I think Final Fantasy XIV has that exact same problem, too. Final Fantasy XIV has a weird sliding, walking, and running animation. You particularly see it with other players, not with your character. But often you'll see a character just running, and they stop moving, but they're still running. And it takes them a second to stop running. I don't know why they didn't show more character creation. Like, all right, cool. You can make a cutesy character. That's nice. What about the other body types? Come on. That's just one trailer. There is a couple more. Oh yeah, this one. This came out just a day ago. Hold on. This is combat animations for some of the classes. That's just Raiden Shogun. That's way better than the Raiden Shogun. This is what the Raiden Shogun should have been. Yeah, these are really good animations. Ooh. This is like a druid, maybe? I hope you can change the camera angle. I don't mind it being zoomed out like this when you're fighting a raid boss. But for, like, smaller fights, I hope you can zoom in further. I imagine, you know, the close-up zooming in ultimate animations is gonna bother some people. For, like, anime gamers, that's just gonna, you know, feel right at home, because this is very common amongst gacha games and other anime games. But for everyone else, I mean, I can see them complaining about that. Whoa! That's badass. That's a ranger. You can command multiple animals. Reminds me of the Beastmaster from World of Warcraft. Because they can summon, you know, several animals now, too. Apparently, like, they shadow dropped this English dub. You know, I don't know if I'm going to watch the entire thing. I just want to see, you know, what the English dub would have sounded like in Blue Protocol, because like this was from 11 days ago. Despite, you know, the original game going to be, you know, shut down in January, this is really weird. Oh, before I watch that, actually, I hope they bring this class into the new version of Blue Protocol. Forgot what it's called. The beat performer? This is really, really cool. It's ridiculous. I love it. I will love to rock out and make my enemies' ears bleed. But yeah, this, I'm guessing, I'm just making a guess here, but this is probably, they were probably working on this English dub for the original game. I don't know why they're uploading it here and now, unless they plan to, like, repurpose this for Star Resonance? I don't know, but I'll watch some of it. This is Side Story Episode 1, Aaron and Terrace. English version.
Oh my. This is wonderful. I've never really had anything like it, Terrace.
I'm very glad you like it, Lady
The
Erin.
frame rate of the animation, is it just me or is it kind of slow?
A little while ago.
The dub acting is it's pretty okay so far.
That must be them.
1, 2, 3. I need not wake her for this.
But she's gonna be woken up anyway because of all the noise. I feel like I would wake up. There's small moments like these, though, where the frame rate is actually okay. So it's inconsistent.
Lady Erin! No!
Looks like it's Jake time.
Lady Erin! Terrace!
Looks like it's Jake time! Who says that? I thought this guy was cool.
Terrace! Bring it!
I changed my mind. Jake, whoa! Don't encourage him!
Boy, that was a mess. Glad it all worked out.
Who are you?
It's Jake, didn't you
There
hear?
might be more of them out there. So for now, let's blow this joint.
Imagine if his name was actually
Sound
Bob.
good?
That's not bad. That's okay. I wonder if I would recognize any of these voices. Let me see. English, here we go. Alejandra Reynoso. Allegra Clark is here? Wait, Allegra Clark, that's Acheron. What the heck? She's also Urza from Fairy Tail and the Step on Me girl from Zenless Zone Zero. She's also Fairy from Zenless Zone Zero.
My lady, I swear to keep you safe.
That's her. Okay. All right, I can hear it. Xander Mobus? They got Joker from Persona 5.
Woo! Looking cool, Joker!
That's it. Amazon Game Studios. Okay. All right. So this was definitely going to be in the original game. This was Amazon's thing, I believe. Yeah, this is like the original tweet from Blue Protocol. I mean, this is actually from a different Twitter account called Blue Protocol Database. I'm following just because like I want to keep up to date with this game, since it's very hard to get information from this game. I'm not going to read everything because it's a lot to read, but you know, this is basically a long list of technical details and other things, you know, that the Tencent version of Blue Protocol is working on. Some things I don't like seeing just by eyeballing some of this stuff. One character per account. I hate that. That's Final Fantasy XIV right there. I hate that, you know, well, not really. You technically can play more than one character in Final Fantasy XIV, but you're heavily discouraged from doing so. I hope they change that. I don't want to play just one character, and I don't want to have to resort to buying, you know, a Fantasia or some kind of thing that, you know, changes the appearance of my character. I want multiple characters. There'll be several tests. I believe, you know, they're doing another test in January. I don't know if the Westerners are allowed to be part of the test. Aim assist and one-click combos can be turned on or off. I hope for competitive play, like, you know, maybe raid bosses or even PvP, this is automatically off. I don't mind this being on for like casual play. Okay, so here it is. Gacha is focused on costumes with a pity at 100 pulls. Okay, I'm okay with Gacha only focusing on costumes, but I wonder how difficult it would be to farm up 100 pulls. Wait a minute, hold on. Can you have guild halls? The Chinese version seems to have your very own guild housing. Whoa! Guild member count seems to start with a cap of 40 players. That's low. Aegis Knight, Sword and Shield, Nikana. I imagine that a lot of these class names are going to change if they were to do a Western version. None of this sounds intuitive. There are 3 fixed skills based on your class, 3 flexible skill slots. You can slot any skill from your class skill tree, and 2 activatable Battle Echo slots. That means like a total of 8 skills in the middle of combat. You're only allowed up to 8 skills. I imagine a lot of, the traditional button-based MMO players are not going to be happy about this. The WoW players, the Final Fantasy XIV players, where they have all that button bloat. This doesn't bother me. This does not bother me at all. I play Guild Wars 2. Guild Wars 2 has 10 buttons, maybe 15. It really depends on your class. That's fine with me as long as there's, enough complexity to make up for the amount of skills you can use. Yeah, I'm not one of those people who are like, if you have 100 buttons, that makes it a very big brain MMO. When entering it, you can solo dungeons. Oh, and you can bring AI teammates. Kind of like trusts in Final Fantasy XIV then. WoW has something like that too now. What is this? 4-player obstacle foot... Wait, I'm sorry. What is this? A 1v1v1v1 4-player obstacle foot race game mode. Race 3 other players to the finish line. Dodging oncoming attacks, status ailments, and weather effects to emerge victorious. What? This sounds goofy as hell. 20-player raids, at least 12 players to enter. Cool, all right. I don't like 40-player raids. The smaller the better, because it's just so damn hard, getting so many people together in a room to play a game. Right? Anybody who's played D&D or board games should know what I'm talking about. And that's equally as difficult, for raids, unless you pug it, unless you get a bunch of strangers to play with you. And that's not, ideal. That's 90% of the time that is, you run into a lot of problems. People get very toxic, or there's just, people don't feel invested to, grow together as a group. You know what I mean? Yeah, 20 players, 12 to 20 players seems like a good sweet spot. Dungeon boss mechanics are more complex compared to the Japanese version. Good. I heard, bosses in the original game were a joke. Dodging certain enemy attacks have iframes. There's perfect dodge. That's neat. There's a little bit of that in Guild Wars 2 as well. I take it, with a modern MMO like this, it'll be closer to Souls rather than Guild Wars. Reduced loading screens. Zones that were originally broken up by loading screens have been opened up by unlocking Vista points. Not sure what that means, but I hope they're more vast and open and, they incentivize exploration, and I hope they're worth exploring too. Overworld zones feature jump puzzles, parkour puzzles, glide puzzles. This intrigues me for sure. All right, that's what I'm talking about. Stuff like this, to throw into the open world. Yes, please. Wall running? I'm sorry, hold on. Wall running and terrain scaling is possible, similar to popular gacha games like Genshin Impact and Wuthering Waves. I did not see that featured in the trailer. Looking forward to that. That's cool. I like that. That opens up, for more creative open world design. So, all right. The future might be uncertain, but, I'd rather be looking forward positively, even if it is, just a bunch of hopium. Yeah, I've always dreamed of, wanting a proper anime MMO. And this looked like it was going to be the one. But, damn. Stuff happened, and now we're at this point. I hope, it turns out well. Looking forward to it. Yeah, I'll try to keep up to date. with Blue Protocol news and follow, you know, all that closely.